Hi everyone, it's Ran from the Winchester Public Library. Today I'm going to talk about how to host a Zoom meeting on your computer. And we are going to log in with a web browser, we're going to schedule a meeting, send out the meeting information, and start a meeting so that you have a sense of how to do this from home. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a web browser. You could use Chrome or Firefox or Safari, basically a way of accessing the internet. Some of your computers might have Microsoft Edge, which is the new version of Internet Explorer. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right up to the URL or address bar up here, and we're going to type in zoom.us. And it brings us to the Zoom website. Now, if you don't have an account yet, in order to host a Zoom meeting, you need to create a free or basic account with Zoom. The basic account lets you have meetings with up to 100 participants, unlimited one-on-one meetings, and group meetings that are limited to 40 minutes. So just so you know that, you can't host a meeting without having an account, and you do need to sign up. So if you haven't signed up, you're going to click on this Sign Up, It's Free button right here in orange. If you do have an account, you're going to sign in. So I am going to sign in with my account information. And the screen might be blurred just for the sake of protecting security. And we're going to log in. Okay, so the first thing that we see, this page is a little shrunk down, but basically on the left side of the page, we're going to have profile, meetings, and some other information. And at the top of the page, we're going to have schedule meeting, join a meeting, and our little icon for our account so that we know that we're logged in. So actually, I want to schedule a meeting, so I'm going to click on schedule a meeting right up here. And my classic example is always Zoom dogs. I like to see my sister's dogs, and sometimes they'll put them on a Zoom call with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then, after I name the meeting, I'm going to go down here and I'm going to select the date. So say I want it to be on Saturday around 12 p.m. So right at lunch. So that's how I select the date. I can hit this little calendar and change the date for the meeting. It's going to be 1 hour meetings for the basic account. It gives you 40 minutes. It's just set to 1 hour, so I would leave it like that. And then if you wanted to make it a recurring meeting, you could do so. The benefits of having a recurring meeting is if it's something that happens at the same time every week, then you might want to schedule it out. It will ask you, if we check this, it'll say how often, so daily, weekly, monthly, and then repeat every 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we said weekly, repeat every 2 weeks, so that would be a bi-weekly event on Saturdays. And you could say, you could give it an end date of the date you want that to stop, or how many occurrences. So say we wanted a month, we would put 2 occurrences. So this would schedule 2 meetings for us. Hopefully that makes sense. But I don't want to make this a recurring meeting, so I'm going to uncheck the recurring meeting button right up top. We want it to generate a meeting ID automatically. You could use your personal meeting ID. Mine should be blurred out. But if you wanted to generate automatically, it assigns a random number, and that's just better for security. Since, I want to say the beginning of April, all Zoom meetings require a password. So it assigns you a 6-digit or letter password of random stuff. You can also type in a password of your own. And then if I go down here a little bit, I have options around video. So I have for host, the video should be on, and for participants, the video should be on. The reason that we're using Zoom is so we can see people, so it makes sense to have them on. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the meeting options right down here. So the first one says enable join before host. And this would make sense if you were with friends and family and when you start the meeting, that is when the meeting starts. As host starts the meeting, everyone can join. But if you check off this box, it means people can join the meeting before the host starts it, and that would make sense if you were chatting with family and friends and you wanted them to be able to get in a few minutes early, so you would check that off. The second one is a little bit more presentation or business oriented. It says mute participants upon entry, and you can do this in order to have everyone quiet when they enter. Like I said, it makes a little bit more sense for a presentation. So enable waiting room is a little bit more business oriented or community event oriented. So what this does is it keeps everyone outside of the meeting and you let them in either one at a time or all at the time as the host. So you're controlling the door with this one. I always uncheck it because it doesn't make sense for friends and family. And then the last one that we have here is record meeting automatically on a local computer. And it can, if you check this, you can have a copy of your meeting recorded and stored on your computer. But usually with friends and family, you don't want to actually record it. Everyone will be able to see a little icon in the Zoom meeting that says it's being recorded, so your participants will know. You can always start recording in a meeting as well, so you have that option as the host to start a recording when you need to do so. So just so you know what those options mean, we're going to click Save. And now we've created this meeting. So this is a summary of the meeting. It's got the name, the date, the ID, password, and right down here is the invite link. So what we're going to do with this is we're actually going to open it up, and this is the information for the meeting. We're going to copy that information, and what we would do is we would open another email address, open our email address and paste it into a message that we would send to someone. So I'm going to show you right over here. I hit Control plus C to copy, or you can just hit the button that says copy. And then if you hit Control plus V, that is paste. And I can paste what I just copied right into this document over here. So it says, here's the information for the meeting, right? If you're on a Macbook, you want to know that instead of Control, you're going to use Command plus C/V, okay? And that's going to allow you to paste this information somewhere else and to send it to the people who you want to send it to. So you would open a new browser, you would log into your account. In this case, I'm just bringing up Gmail as an example, or you could log into, Yahoo or, AOL, which now has Verizon on it. Yeah. So we could log into those, and we could start a new email address and send it to the people who we want to attend the meeting. So I think that kind of wraps up how you send it. Basically, the important parts of sending it are the link and the meeting ID and the meeting password. That's going to allow people to get into the meeting, and two different ways. Either they can click on the link, and the password is embedded in that link. So you can see this PWD, that's password. It's embedded in the link, so they might not be asked for it. Or you can give them the meeting ID and the password, and they can log in with the app on their phone. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to start a meeting. We've covered how to schedule it, how to send the meeting information, and now say it's a few minutes right before your meeting. You're going to log into Zoom again. You're going to go to My Account right up here. You're going to then click on Meetings and scroll down to the meeting that you want to start, right? And right next to it is a Start button, and if we click on that, it should open the Zoom program on our computer, and we should be able to start the meeting right from there. All right, I hope this was helpful.